Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's end-of-day world currencies, stock markets and commodities. Wrap-up for Tuesday, August 12th, 2025. Kicking things off, I'm Victoria Cashmore. The greenback showed broad weakness against major currencies today. The US dollar fell notably against the euro and British pound, with both pairs showing downward momentum. Against the yen, the dollar maintained a positive trend despite today's decline. Year-to-date performance shows significant dollar weakness, particularly against the euro and Swiss franc, both down over 11%. The sterling and Aussie dollar have also made considerable gains against the greenback this year. Looking at Asian currencies, the US dollar showed mixed trends. While maintaining a strong upward trend against the Indian rupee, it weakened slightly versus the offshore yuan and Singapore dollar. Year-to-date returns show divergent performance in regional currencies. The rupee stands out with a 2.1% decline against the dollar, while the Singapore dollar and Kiwi have both strengthened by roughly 6% against the greenback.
Looking at global stock market tracking ETFs, a max profit. Indonesia led gains, rising 3.5% with 6 consecutive up days. Singapore reached a new all-time high, climbing 3.3%. Brazil broke out of recent consolidation, advancing 2.7%. Both Japan and Sweden showed strong upward momentum, with gains over 1.5%. Return metrics show Indonesia leading week-to-date gains at 4.4%, with strong daily momentum. Singapore and Brazil both show impressive year-to-date returns above 26%. Japan has delivered 7.6% month-to-date, while Sweden maintains steady performance with a 23% gain this year. Among underperforming markets, Turkey drifted lower by 0.86%, while maintaining a strong positive trend. Israel extended its losing streak to 4 days, down 0.63%. New Zealand showed flat price movement, while Austria and India posted modest gains under 0.4%. Looking at returns, Turkey is down 3.7% year-to-date, while Israel shows weakness with a 4.8% decline this month. Despite recent consolidation, Austria maintains a strong 49.6% year-to-date return. India and New Zealand show relatively flat performance with minimal year-to-date movement.
Considering commodities, I'm liquidity. Gold futures declined marginally, closing at 3,399.60, down for the third consecutive day despite maintaining a very strong upward trend. Copper futures and aluminum futures both gained around 2%, with aluminum showing strong positive momentum. The metals market shows mixed year-to-date performance. Silver futures and gold futures lead with nearly 30% gains, while copper follows with a 12% increase. Aluminum trails with modest 1.7% gains year-to-date. In energy markets, natural gas futures experienced significant downward volatility, dropping 4.9% to 2.81. Crude oil futures broke downward from recent consolidation, while Brent crude remains flat after 4 days of sideways movement. Energy futures show consistent weakness across the board. Month-to-date, natural gas leads declines at -9.6%, followed by crude oil at -8.8%. Gasoline futures show relative stability, with the smallest monthly decline at -4.7%. Livestock futures showed dramatic divergence. Lean hogs futures plunged 16.5%, while Class IIi milk futures surged 7.6%. Feeder cattle and live cattle both maintained strong upward trends with modest gains. Looking at returns, feeder cattle leads with a 31.8% year-to-date gain. Live cattle follows with 20.5%. Despite today's sharp decline, lean hogs maintains a 12.5% year-to-date advance. In grains, soybean futures rose 2.1% while maintaining positive momentum. Wheat and oat futures both broke lower from recent consolidation patterns. Rough rice showed strong upward volatility despite closing down 1.4%. Year-to-date performance in grains remains challenging. Corn futures show the largest decline at -14%, followed by rough rice at -9.4%. Soybeans stand out as the only grain showing positive returns at 2.2%. Soft commodities showed mixed performance today. Coffee futures fell sharply, dropping 11.50 to 309.20, showing some volatility. Cotton futures and sugar both posted strong gains, with cotton rising 1.68 to 68.44 amid a strong upward trend, while sugar showed notable volatility. Looking at weekly returns, cocoa and orange juice both posted substantial gains of over 7%. However, year-to-date performance shows significant divergence, with orange juice down 48%, while cotton remains relatively flat, with a marginal gain of 0.06%.
And with that, we conclude another end-of-day world currency, markets and commodities wrap-up. I'm Victoria Cashmore, along with my AI co-hosts Max Profit and Liquidity. Thanks for watching. Look for daily wrap-ups every day just after 5 p.m. New York time. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew Finance is an experimental project with market reports written, narrated and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check into the channel daily for coverage of stocks, crypto, currency and commodities. Thanks for watching.